Good morning. My name is Nikolay Dimitrov. Thank you for applying for a job at our company. What is your name and how do I pronounce it?
Good morning. My name is Syed Omar Hassan. I usually go by Omar. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for letting me come.
No problem, Larry. You're welcome. Now, I spent the holiday with my friends and we had a lot of fun. How did you spend your holiday?
Well, I spent my holidays actually, I spent it out of country with my family, and we went on this little road trip together. It was really fun. Thank you for asking.
That's nice to hear. Glad you had fun. Now, I'm going to need to ask you a couple of questions about the job. I used to work as a cashier, and sometimes customers would try to negotiate the prices of items with me. So that was difficult for me to deal with. Now, tell me about the time that you had to deal with a difficult customer.
Boy, yeah, that does sound difficult. I remember this time in my last job, there was this very confused but angry customer that walked in. I used to work at this Barnes and Nobles, and he wanted to return his book that he bought, well, a few days ago, but he had no receipt. So I remember when I told him that, sir, we cannot take a return if you do not have a receipt. We need a valid receipt to take the return. And he just got very angry and started yelling at me that I got it from Barnes and Nobles. Why do you guys say you can't take it back? And I tried my best to stay calm, and I asked him, sir, when did you buy this? I asked him more about all that stuff, where did you get it from? Which branch exactly, which day? Well, turns out he got it online through a membership account. So it wasn't really hard to get his purchase history, and we took his return. So that ended well.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that you can remain calm in situations like that, because customer service is really valued in our company, and we have a team of people that have a lot of expertise in it. So I want to know that if you would be a good fit for that team. So tell me about the time that you proved that you're a good team player.
Huh. I remember this time that my coworker had to get off early because I think his family member got in an accident. I'm not sure if it was a family member or it was just a friend, but he had to rush and drive him to the hospital. So he just left quite early, and he was supposed to cover the evening shift that starts like 30 minutes later. And I usually get off at that time. So what I did was I covered his shift for him, and I covered for him, and then later I made sure he got paid for those hours instead of having to make up for it, because I felt like that was the least I could do for him.
Understand. It's nice that you have those people skills and this understanding of people. This is very nice to hear, and this would be very much welcome at our company. But working as a team, sometimes you have to take initiative and take leadership. So tell me about a day that you prove that you're a good leader.
Huh. I used to be captain of this soccer team back in high school. Leadership kind of comes naturally to me, to be honest. It's just an instinct. And I feel like it kind of carried over to my work life experience, my career. I It would be something like, the small things, like they're all planning something, I would be the one taking charge, handling the details. Or if the boss needs a volunteer, I'll be the one who just goes and volunteers. I step up every time.
Hmm. Can you expand on that a little? How would you help your boss as a volunteer, for example?
Well, you see, like during our training phase, if he needed someone to demonstrate something, everyone would be kind of afraid to step up, they'll be just scared and freezing. So what I would do is I would step up as soon as he asks, and I would do that. So like I hoped that I could encourage some of my coworkers to step up also. So that's really just all I want to do, like encourage my coworkers to do their best.
That's very nice to hear. because I had a similar problem while I was trying to develop leadership habits. I used to be very anxious around people, and I used to think that I'm not fit as a leader. And overcoming that hardship was one of the biggest accomplishments that I've had. So, and it was very challenging for me. So, can you tell me about a time that you overcame a challenge in your career?
Yeah. To be fair, compared to yours, it does sound very silly, but I used to be a late sleeper. So what I would do is I would go to bed at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So naturally I could not wake up early, but then I had to wake up at, well, before 7 a.m. basically anywhere, any way I could to go to work. And it would stress me out so much that on some days, like at night, I could not get an hour of sleep just stressing about, oh no, I have to wake up next day and I'm not used to it. So I had to change my whole routine, my habits, and everything just to make sure I have a very healthy sleeping routine and I can show up to work not late or with some proper sleep. So that was a very hard time for me because it took me months to figure that out.
Well, I'm glad you figured it out because your skills are skills that we really look for in our company. And I'm glad that you came. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Have a good day.